Hello YouTube, Freddy Cardona here. Welcome to a glary Monday morning. Today is March 27th, 2023, and I welcome you and thank you for joining me on my morning commute here in this episode of Driving in the News. This is a daily upload, or an almost daily upload, providing I drive to work, right? And what I do is I listen to 1010 Wins here in the New York Metropolitan area. And I do this, I've been driving to work for many years and listening to the news for many years. I decided to start recording the snippets and the news broadcasts and uploading them. And the reason I do that is to record history. So, I bring you with me. These kinds of videos may not be super exciting, but they serve a purpose. We are recording history. I hope no one out there has a case of the Mondays as we commute to work and listen to 1010 Wins. All right, let's get into the news.
For a long period of time. One thing you'll notice out the door this morning, if you're in the suburbs, it's chilly. If you're in the city, it's fairly mild. As we go through the day, while it won't be as warm as yesterday, not bad, upper 50s, we'll see the sunshine that we're enjoying this morning fade behind some clouds here through the morning and afternoon. A couple of showers start to break out this afternoon. Then the steadier rain will arrive around 6 p.m. in the city and continue into the overnight hours. Temperatures in the upper 30s. Clouds, some sunny breaks, maybe a shower the afternoon. Best chance for that is going to be north and east, low 50s. We'll be right on the seasonal average, mid 50s with sun and some clouds on Wednesday. A chillier breeze despite lots of sunshine Thursday, the high 52. And then we're going to start a warm up going into the weekend, Kathleen, but it does come with shower chances going up later Friday into Saturday. Saturday we could be pushing towards 70 even with those showers. Woo! Midtown temperature this morning is 48.
70.
We're going up to a high of 58 before any showers break out later this afternoon into this evening. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Dean DeVore on New York's weather station 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
Winds use time 7:14.
The New Jersey Transit Police Department reminds you that we all need to work together to keep our transit.
Right, we're gonna get some glare.
Most valuable asset. If you ride the train or bus, if you live or work near a station, be alert and aware of your surroundings.
This is Route 46 for the folks that are not familiar with this area, especially if you're watching my videos and you're from the Midwest or from the Pacific Northwest or from California. And this is River Road.
Or text your report to NJTPD.
It's New York accent with Dave.
Just for historical purposes, regular cash is 307, regular credit is also 307, and 407 on Supreme on the gasoline.
And he stands over me and he says, hey Mookie, hey, you want to hit some ground ball?
Was that a joke or was that a peace offering?
No, I don't. This is verbatim as I have.
Subscribe and listen to New York Accent, available on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
A new owner for the troubled Silicon Valley Bank. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation says it has agreed to have North Carolina-based First Citizens Bank and Trust buy it. All of SVB's loans and deposits will be sold to First Citizens. The SVB collapse rattled the financial industry and led the FDIC and other regulators to step in. They were hoping to prevent wider turmoil. California-based bank failed March 10th after depositors rushed to withdraw their money amid fears about the bank's health. It created the second largest bank collapse in U.S. history. Winds News Time 7:15. Well, it's a classic scene from old sitcoms, a bed that drops out of a wall. Now, a Brooklyn company's come up with a robotic version of the same thing. It's intended to help maximize the space in small apartments. Hasir Larrea, the CEO of Ori, says they make beds that slide up to reveal office space or walls that move to create closets.
We like to think of the concept of transforming a space.
And he says it's catching on.
We are in more than 1,000 apartments across the country, from New York to San Francisco, but also from Fort Worth to Boise.
Larrea says they work in units as small as 350 square feet, allowing people to pay lower rent and still have more usable space. Well, check the fridge and the freezer. There is a major beef recall because of E. coli contamination. Federal Department of Agriculture officials say about 3,400 pounds of boneless beef chuck that was shipped to New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and other states was contaminated. The beef is identified as Elkhorn Valley Pride Angus beef, boneless beef chuck. It was packed February 16th. Exact serial numbers are available online. It was sold to retailers, restaurants, and other establishments in several states. The E. coli turned up in routine testing. There's no indication that anybody has gotten sick. Real life could soon get in the way of art in Manhattan.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker?
Crews for the Joker movie and police are bracing for the possibility that filming in the city could be disrupted by real-life developments in the Trump case. Over the weekend, police watched as extras swarmed the steps of the courthouse, chanting for freedom for their fictional hero and dispersing right away when the director called cut. But police have been preparing for a real-life version of the Manhattan grand jury returns, if the Manhattan grand jury returns a real indictment against the former president. Although he has called for protests, so far large-scale protests have not materialized. Well, maybe they need to see it in person.
Michelangelo's Dave.
David.
Oh, what's wrong, Marge?
Here the kids have a chance to see a great work of art, and instead they're home watching a cat and mouse disembowel each other.
It's part of the old Simpsons episode that foreshadowed the Florida controversy in which a school principal was forced to resign after parents complained because the Renaissance masterpiece was shown to sixth graders. Well, now a museum in Florence and the Italian city's mayor are inviting parents and students to come see the statue in person. More, Florence Mayor Dario Nardella has invited the former principal, Hope Carrasquilla. He says she should come so he can personally honor her. He says it's just ridiculous to confuse art with pornography. Carrasquilla says she's honored and may just accept. There's no word on whether Marge and Homer will go as well. In Lebanon... Does anybody really know what time it is? Well, that is the question, with the government's last-minute decision to delay the start of daylight saving time till the end of the Muslim holy month of Ramadan, sparking mass confusion. Some institutions changed over anyway, others didn't. Many folks are in different time zones for work and school. It's even becoming a religious issue. Christian institutions rejected the change, which may have been intended to allow Muslims to break the Ramadan fast an hour earlier. Some Muslims are objecting, though. They say the fast begins at dawn and ends at sunset, whatever the time. At this point, the official start of daylight saving time in Lebanon is April 21st, and everybody's just muddling through. WINS News Time 7:19. Top stories next.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com and
All right, so we're right now in Garfield. I'm just driving a little bit longer to get the top news, which is coming up here at 7:20. And let's see, this is Van Winkle Avenue. I try to keep everything in the broadcast, the commercials and everything else, because that's also historical. I get a kick out of listening to old commercials from the 70s, the 60s, the 80s, anywhere on whatever platform it's recorded on. And the hope is that 30, 40 years from now, people will listen to our commercials and our news here on this channel.
if you need a world-class website.
So 7:20 will be the top news, and we'll probably cut it off after the top news.
773 Network. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773 Network.
The Lustgarten New York City Walk for Pancreatic Cancer Research is April 16th. To register, go to lustgarten.org.
All news.
Here we go, top news.
This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good morning. 48 degrees at 7:20 on this Monday, March 27th. I'm Kathleen Marple-Kalb, and here's what's happening. Back to work for the Manhattan grand jury considering charges for former President Trump, maybe with another witness. 1010 Wins' Glenn Schuck has all the new developments. Police shooting in the Bronx. A father called for help with his son's mental health episode. Officers say the son came at him with a knife. Tensions high in Israel. Mass protests after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu fired his defense minister over a plan to change the judicial system. The Israeli consul general in New York has resigned as well. Murder, revenge, and meat pies. The Demon Barber of Fleet Street back on Broadway. Look at Sweeney Todd. Nets lose. Miami and San Diego State join UConn for the FAU for the Final Four. 1010 Wins AccuWeather. Sun gives way to clouds. Occasional rain and drizzle late. The high 58. Winds east time 7:21. Traffic and transit now. Karen Stewart.
We've got delays on the northbound FDR from Wall Street up to Houston Street. At Houston, we've got a disabled vehicle and we've got one lane blocked. Now at the very tippy top of things here at the Harlem River Drive, we are very heavily delayed. Delays start at 135th. They go down to 120th Street. The inbound RFK is starting to slow down because of those delays. We're also...
All right, guys, 10 minutes in. Wanted to thank you for joining me on my morning commute. Don't forget to check out my other playlists, my other videos. We've got a Pride in Patterson playlist. We've got a Fred Drives playlist where I drive the highways and byways of northern New Jersey. I have a relaxation playlist as well with some ASMR videos on there. So there's a bunch of stuff on my channel. We're not just doing the news. So if you're interested, check those out. And I also have a Fred Travels playlist where I record and upload videos when I go out and away, whether it's to a vacation spot, whether it's a day trip or whatever. Very informal. To become part of my community, you just have to subscribe to my channel, like the videos. That's the best way to support us and allow us to keep bringing you more videos. All right, guys, thanks again. We'll see you on the next Driving in the News.